You're not Jeff Bezos. You're not Salman Rushdie. And the moment you start to compare somebody's peak with your beginning, you are setting yourself up for a failure. You see, the comparison trap, it is so bad that before even you start, you set up yourself for a great fall. Here's how the comparison trap works. You want to start a project, you're starting a business, you are starting a YouTube channel, you are writing a book, or whatever that you're doing, you want to start, you're all happy, you are full of strength, and with your mind, you're saying to yourself, you're going to do it. And then first thing you do is you start comparing yourself to the people who are in the room. In other words, you start looking at who has been successful at what you are trying to do. So what do? First thing you do is you go to your social media and you start looking at the people who have already had success. They had all the following that they need. They had all the likes that they want, and they have all the advertisement. They have all the benefits of being at the top. And you look at it and you say to yourself, I am not there. I am not there yet. And that starts to discourage you. This is a trap that so many of us put ourselves in because we're always comparing ourselves to the chapter 10 of somebody else to our chapter 1. Now, the social media, when you are going to ask who's the best at the business, or who's the one who writes the best books, or who's the one who has the best YouTube channel, obviously they will give you the top. They will give you the top person. But what they don't give you, what you don't understand, is they all started from exactly the same place. They too at one time had chapter 1 in their life. And this is a message that parents should be giving to their children. This is the message that the leaders in business should be giving to their subordinates, to somebody who is starting to work, to somebody who is starting a new project. That yes, everybody goes through a process. Everybody goes through a process of the beginning. Now, when you look at the history and look at these people, and it's very, very much shown when we look at it in their memoirs. You look at Jeff Bezos, who says he started his business in a warehouse where he was the only employee. He's the one who was packing the boxes and taking them to the post office to be sent to the customers. Salman Rushdie, he wrote so many books before The Midnight Children, which became one of his great, and then he started to get to the top. So when you look at the history of all these people, whenever you look at them and you see that they all started from the very beginning. The hidden truth is the difference is not the talent, and the difference is not the luck. The difference is that they started and they kept to it. They continued to do what they needed to do before they got to where they are today. So it is totally a trap in our mind. It's an unfair comparison, but that's all there is available. And yes, it is a good thing. It's a good thing in the sense that you had the courage to start, which is such an amazing thing because so many people think about it. So many people think about starting. So many people think about doing certain things, but they never get to it. They think that they're going to do it but they never start. You started it, and now you're comparing it, yes, but be aware, be mindful that that comparison is just not fair. That you have started now, that you had that courage, have that wisdom. Have the wisdom to understand that it will take its own process, that it will take its time, that it is not going to happen just like today, because the success, every success that we talk about, everyone's success that we talk about, that we think was an overnight success, took years to build, and so would be yours. So have that courage to start, and now have the wisdom to understand that it is going to take its time, that you will get there, but it will take its process. It will take its time. It may take its failures. It may take its roadblocks, but if you continue on the path, you will do great. You see, there is a gap between where you are and where you want to be. And that is an amazing gap, because that is the gap that you want to fill. Now, the gap is not failure. The gap itself is the work. Gap itself is the motivation. Gap itself is that place where you are going to work hard to fill that particular gap. Now, it may take years, it may take time, but that is from where you are and where you want to be. That's such a natural thing. Such a natural thing to understand that there's a gap. And this is what I talk about most of the time, as to how do we get to the growth gap? How do we fill that gap? By working, by only doing more than what we're required to do, by continuously to be working. Because you see, whatever you are doing today may seem very strange or something very new, but by tomorrow or by day after tomorrow, some of that stuff would have become just a past. Just you'll become so used to it. So that's what the gap is. The gap is where I am, where I want to be. In between, how do I get from A to B? It's by working, it is by working, and it's by working slowly, and you push yourself. And then this is where you gain your own strength. Before even you know, you surprise yourself by saying, how did I get to that gap? You see, because you had the courage, you took the courage to start it. Now you have the wisdom to understand that it's going to take the time. And as it keeps on going, up and up and up, you will get better. And you're the person there, they're going to say that now you are that overnight success. So you see, everybody can be an overnight success as long as they have the wisdom to understand that the process will take its time. You see, you're in chapter 1 of your life, chapter 2 or chapter 3, and you want to get to chapter 10, but that is going to take its time. You see, people didn't skip these chapters to get to chapter 10. Everyone starts with that particular chapter. Everyone starts from very beginning. Everyone starts from absolutely nothing. That's where they get to the second point, to the third point, to the fourth point, till you get to that peak of those chapters, till you get to the end. So do your thing. Understand that it's a process. Understand that this process will take time. That each chapter that you write, each chapter that you win is now building a foundation for your second chapter. How nice that is. How nice that is that you had the courage to start. Now don't compare yourself to somebody who has already finished. Go start. Yes, if you want to compare, strive to be like them. But don't say that you cannot be, because everyone has gone through exactly the same process. Everyone continues to follow the same process. to get to where they want to. So this is Aslam Khatri from Growth Cap. Please subscribe to my channel so that I can talk to you about more and more subjects like this as to how to get your growth gap closer and closer and closer. And if you know of somebody who needs to hear this, please send it to them, because this is important. This is an important message for even parents, that you need to teach your children that yes, do not compare, just continue to go, continue to do the best you can for your life. Till next time, I'm Aslam Khatri, wishing you all the best. Goodbye.